hang up and try again.
Hello everyone, this is Nizar Kiwan in Math Everywhere YouTube channels. I am a high school IB math teacher in San Francisco, and many of the students ask me about the derivative rules and coming up with solved questions. So let's start with the derivative rules. The rule number one is always when you have fx equals any number, they call it constant, always the derivative f prime x or dy or over dx equals 0. Example, if I have fx equals 3, that means the derivative of that is 0. This is rule number one.
Please hang up and try again.
Rule number two, if you have fx equals any number times x, x here is linear, so the power is 1, must be 1. So quickly you say the derivative is the coefficient, the linear coefficient, straight away. Example, if you have fx equals 3x, quickly you say the derivative is 3. So it's kinda getting rid of x. Another example, fx equals x. The derivative is f prime x is 1. So the number before x is 1. So we get rid of x.
Please hang up and try again.
Rule number 3, if you have x to the power n, that means n here can be any real number except -1. Why? We will talk about this later. The power cannot be -1. So this cannot be written as 1 over x. So please remember that. The derivative always would be you drop n down and subtract 1 from the power, and -1. For example, if you have fx equals 3x to the power 6, the derivative would be you drop 6 down, multiply it by 3, so 18x to the power 6 minus 1 is 5. Another example, y equals -6 x to the power -7. So the derivative dy over dx would be -6 times -7. You drop this number down and subtract 1 from the -7. So it's gonna be positive 42 x to the power -8. In math, try not to give them the power negative by dropping x down to the denominator and making the power positive, x to the power 8.
Please hang up and try again.
Rule number 4. They call this rule the product chain. So if you have two functions multiplied by each other, let's say jx times hx, I would call that cocktails, two cocktails multiplied by each other. The rule says you take the derivative of the first one, so j prime x, then you multiply it by the second one, then plus. Why plus? Because there was multiplication in the original function, so the derivative will be plus. So always multiplication will be plus. Remember that in math. This is very important. So we took the derivative of the first one and we multiplied by the second one as it is now, plus the derivative of the second one multiplied by the first one as it is. Example, if you have y equals 3x minus 1 times -6x squared, how to come up with the derivative? dy over dx equals the derivative of the first one times the second one plus the derivative of the second one times the first one. So the derivative of the first one is a 3, so we get rid of x, and the derivative of -1 is 0. Now times the second one as it is, don't take the derivative. Now plus the derivative of the second one. This is rule number 3. We drop the number 2 down and we multiply it by -6, so -12x, and we subtract 1 from the power, x power 1, times the first one, 3x minus 1. Now we have to do distributive property, -18x squared. Now here, plus times minus is minus negative. We do distributive property, -12x times 3x, -36x power 2, because we add the powers here. Now -12x times -1, positive 12x. Again equals, now we combine like terms. As you see, we have two terms, they are similar. -18x squared minus 36x power 2, -18 minus 36, the answer is -54x power 2 plus 12x. So this is dy over dx.
Please hang up and try again.
Rule number 5. What if I have two functions divided by each other like jx over hx? So the rule says the derivative of fraction will be fraction, and you do derivative of the first one up, the numerator times the denominator minus the derivative of the denominator times the numerator over the numerator squared. So the derivative of up times down minus derivative of down times up over the denominator squared. Just remember one thing. Since the question had fraction, that means division, division will become subtraction in math. So multiplication would be addition and division would be subtraction. That's why I put minus here. Example, what if I have fx equals 3x minus 10 over negative 7x cubed minus 2x. This is a difficult question, so you need to focus. F prime x equals, please try to do this move always because it will make your life easy, so you will not mess up. The derivative of up is a 3. We get rid of x, and the derivative of negative 10 is 0. Times down, or the denominator. Write it as it is, don't take the derivative yet. Now minus the derivative of down. 3 times 7 is negative 21, and we subtract 1 from the power, minus 2x, the derivative is negative 2, times up, 3x minus 10, over the denominator squared. And now it's arithmetic skills, it's math, it's algebra, everybody can do that, it's easy. Just the first step is the most important one. So 3 times negative 7x power 3, so negative 21x cubed. 3 times negative 2x, negative 6x. Now remember, this minus, I always told my students that I call it virus. Be very careful, because it changes many things. Now I need to multiply negative 21x squared by 3x. So negative 21x squared by 3x is negative 63x power 3, and there's negative, so plus 63x cubed. Now negative 21x squared times negative 10, positive 210x squared, and there's minus here, so negative 210x squared. Now it's the term of negative 2. Negative 2 times 3x, negative 6x, and there's minus, positive 6x. Negative 2 times negative 10 is positive 20, and don't forget the minus, so minus 20. And now, again, distributive property. The good thing in this question is always you don't need to expand the denominator. Just leave it like that. It's always positive because it's squared. So that will help you figure out the sign of the whole thing, the derivative. So in case the function is increasing or decreasing. So please leave that as it is. Don't expand it. Now combining like terms, let's start with the greatest power. Negative 21x cubed plus 63x cubed is positive 42x cubed. Now x squared, there's only one term, negative 210x squared. Now I have negative 6x, positive 6x, they will be eliminated, and minus 20. That is dy over dx, or you can call it f prime x. It's easy, but it's a lot of work. You just need to be very careful. Now let's solve a question that has all of these rules together. Fx equals 3 plus 7x squared minus 1 over x power 6 plus 6x minus 1 times negative 2x squared plus 7x over x squared minus 1. All of the 5 rules in one question. So let's do the derivative together. What is the derivative of the constant? Is 0. Plus, what is the derivative of 7x power 2? So you multiply 7 by 2 and subtract 1 from the power, x power 1. Now here, since you have x power 6, and there's 1 up, or it's very appropriate to move it up, so it's gonna be x to the power negative 6. So now the derivative is easy. You drop the negative 6 down, and there's minus, so it's gonna be plus 6, x to the power, you subtract 1 from the power, negative 6 minus 1 is negative 7. Now plus, be very careful here. Here you have the chain rule, the product chain. So the derivative of the first one is 6 times the second one, negative 2x squared, plus the derivative of the second one is negative 4x times the first one, 6x minus 1. Now I will continue down. What is the derivative of this fraction? The derivative of up times down as it is, minus, always open parentheses after minus because this is the virus, be very careful. The derivative of the denominator is 2x times the numerator 7x over the denominator squared. Now I will combine like terms and just, make it simple or simplify. So remove the 0, 14x plus 6. Try always not to give them x power negative, so put it down again so the power will be positive. Here, 6 times negative 2 is negative 12 x squared. Here there's another distributive property, negative 4x times 6x, negative 24x squared. I add the powers, 1 plus 1 is 2. Negative 4x times negative 1 is positive 4x. Now plus, leave the denominator the same and do distributive property up. 7 times x squared, 7x squared, 7 times negative 1 minus 7. Now here, be careful of this minus, this is the virus. 2x times 7x is 14x squared, and there's minus negative 14x squared. Now I haven't finished yet, there's combining like terms. You have 14x plus 4x is 18x. Drop this down, 6 over x power 7. Here also there's combining like terms. Negative 12 minus 24 is negative 36x squared. And again here plus x squared minus 1 squared. 7x squared minus 14x squared is negative 7x squared minus 7. That's all. This is the derivative. So parentheses will help you, and be very careful too about this minus here, which is a virus. I always call it a virus because it's very important, because it changes all the signs after it. Thank you for watching and good luck.